Let me start with the women here about Kamala Harris.
She's a woman of color. I'm not putting her down because of that, and I'm not putting her down because she's a woman. I'm not a feminist, so I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I don't think that she has the personality. I don't think that she has what it takes to go up against Putin and go up against these other presidents that are built for this. I don't want to be scared because my president is scared. I want my president to feel secure and manly and about it.
We brought up gender, right? Like, do you think it matters that she's a woman and people aren't comfortable having a woman in a top leadership role?
No, I don't think that, because most men, they love their mothers. They love their wives. So as a woman, most men, they respect the woman, but she just don't have the qualification or the education to really run America, because she don't have the experience. She don't understand our struggles. And for me to believe you for another 4 years, you're crazy.
Right.
Like, you're crazy. You're saying the same thing that you said 4 years ago.
So the fact that she's the vice president
That's
to
just
you
the
is
bottom line.
You're like, you've been here, you've had a chance.
Yes.
Well, for me, the very first time I ever heard the name Kamala Harris, it was in association to locking up parents for truancy. That was the first time I ever heard of her name. And I really didn't understand how this person claims to be a black woman, but yet she's locking up black women and black men and separating families.
This is the thing that is, Trump talks about this a lot. He says, you know, Kamala Harris became black when it was convenient.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me about, do you agree with him on that? Do you feel like she's wearing her blackness?
Absolutely. When she's sworn into the Senate, it was as the first Indian American.
Thank you.
Which is, it's fine. We don't care.
We all know she's not black. Let's understand that. We are all clear of that. But my point of view, and like I told you earlier, she's already been there. She's in office right now.
Let me start with the...
There's going to be a large swath of black people that are going to vote for Kamala Harris because she's a Democrat. They don't see anything but a great big blue D. That's all they see, and they're going to vote for her. The reason MSNBC and CNN and Democrats are going berserk right now is because they know Trump has just done, he has done the unthinkable. He's taken that 15 to 20% of black voters away from Democrats. That's why they're panicking. They're not panicking because, well, black people are going to be put in a bad position. They're not panicking because, wow, black people are going to lose out, if Donald Trump is. They're not panicking because of that. They're panicking because they know they lose 15 to 20% of the black vote. That's it. You're done. And by the way, it ain't just young black men. It's black women too. This whole thing about that. And I think the only reason they're kind of like, zeroing in on black young men is because they can play the misogynistic nonsense. But that's not the case. Just heard from a black woman. She says, I don't think so. I do not think so. I don't think it has anything to do with her being a woman. What happens, what's really concerning is that, well, she's not qualified. She's not qualified. Do you think Trump was right? Yes. Yes. Now here's the thing, okay? She is Calamity Harris. It is collapsing. They thought they could, gaslight the American people. They thought that joy and vibes was going to take her over the finish line. What they didn't anticipate was this.
I mean, I've made many mistakes, and they range from, if you've ever parented a child, you make lots of mistakes too.
Parenting a child. parenting a child. Wait, hold on a second. Did she parent a child? I don't think she parented a child. Did she? Why is her name Kamala Harris and not Kamala Emhoff? Why is it that she's supposed to be married to this dude, but her name doesn't even reflect the fact that she's married to him? What's going on there? No, serious. What's going on there? Did they just get married? Did they get married like right after, she was tapped as VP, or just before? Or no, seriously. She didn't raise any kids. She didn't give any birth. She didn't change any diaper. What in the world is she talking about parenting? She's parenting a child. Honey, you don't have one.
In my role as vice president, I've probably worked very hard at making sure that I am well versed on issues, and I think that is very important. It's a mistake not to be well versed on an issue and feel compelled to answer a question.
And we know that a second Trump term would mean unchecked power with no guardrails to hold him back. That's just.
But this is somebody who wants unchecked power. We do not need to see what an older, loonier Donald Trump looks like with no guardrails. America's ready to turn the page.
Turn the page? You mean from Biden? Why did they keep saying that? That's like one of the dumbest things ever. What do you mean, turn the page? You're in office. Right now, we're struggling with your failed policies. Turn the page? I thought this guy was supposed to be like this brilliant orator. I thought he was supposed to be brilliant. What in the world is he talking about? But right now, that's all they have. Fear. That's all they've got, and they know you can't send, calamity out there because, well, calamity ensues.
So the bottom line is this. We know what Donald Trump wants. He wants unchecked power.
That he wants unchecked power. Now, in order to make that assertion, you have to be completely ignorant of how our government works, or you're just fear-mongering. I believe it'd be the latter. You see, we already have, he's going to have unchecked if he's elected. Only him, though. Only him. If he's elected, he's going to have unchecked power. He's going to be able to do whatever he wants. He'll be king. It's like, so the Senate and Congress and the judiciary, they won't have anything to say about anything. Like, do you not know what, by the way, they're banking on the fact that the people that are voting for her have no idea of what a check and balance is. They don't know. All they know is magically he'll have unchecked power. Every other president that ever came down the pike had to answer to Congress, to the Senate. You want things to get passed? You had to compromise. You had to negotiate. But not Donald Trump. When he gets there, there will be a crown ceremony, and he will be elected king. Why? Well, he's Donald Trump, and that's why. So do you know how dumb you have to be to believe that he's going to have unchecked power? I mean, if he's going to have unchecked power, he won't need a cabinet. And why is Congress even running? You won't need to. We don't need the Senate. We don't need Congress. We don't need any of that stuff. And all of this, the Supreme Court justices, they can all go home. Yeah, because, well, Donald Trump is going to have unchecked power. You know how dumb you have to be to believe that? But that's what they're counting on. So I'm telling you, MSNBC getting a brutal reality check with black people telling them, we know she ain't black. That's one of the greatest things like ever. It's one of the greatest things ever. We know she ain't black. Okay, stop. It's like, you're not gaslighting me. Okay? The first time I heard about it, she was trying to put parents in jail for something that their kids did. She's been awful. She's been horrible her whole time in public office. And nothing will change that. There's a reason that, that there's buyer's remorse. There's a reason they all want Joe back, because they didn't know that Kamala was going to have to start talking. They figured that they could just skate by. No, she has to talk. You're going to run it for the president. You got to talk. She's really bad at it. All right, guys, that's it for now. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe. And if you're following me on Rumble, please press that follow button. And until the next time, God bless.